Tantor Audio presents The Invisible History of the Human Race, How DNA and History Shape Our Identities and Our Futures, by Kenneally. Narrated by Justine Eyre. Author's note. It was my goal in this book to bring together in a natural way the questions of the general listener about our immediate and historical ancestry and the considerations of the humanities and sciences. The traditional domains have much to offer one another, and this is more true than ever in the age of the personal genome and big DNA data. When I began reporting, I had a memorable conversation with Michael McCormick at Harvard. McCormick is a historian of the Roman Empire and medieval history who has extended his interest in ancient manuscripts to include the Y chromosome, charcoal layers in the soil from ancient fires, and the isotopes in old bones. What was considered historical evidence in the 19th century was only written records. Now it's atomic disorder and genes, he said. The distinction between history and prehistory is blurred, if not dissolved. I focused on aspects of inheritance and our philosophies of it that either are particularly fresh or have not been paid much attention. Their invisibility made them all the more interesting. Herein are studies from psychology, economics, history, and genetics, anecdotes and data from business, science, and the lives of many fascinating individuals. They each exemplify in some way what gets passed down over the generations, and they all provide insights that resonate with one another. As I hope to demonstrate by the end of the book, the concept of ancestry can bring genetics and history together fruitfully. Perhaps ancestry will lead us to a place where we can make use of these different kinds of data in a more unified way. This book focuses primarily on what genetics and genomics can tell us about the connection between an individual's genotype and his history and idiosyncratic traits. Inevitably, there are fascinating one-off findings and whole fields of inquiry that I could not include for reasons of length. Twin studies and calculations of heredity based on the differences between them are not referenced here. Before we were able to dig into the genome, twin studies were one of the best ways to try to work out what gets passed down. Identical twins have the same genome, so when they end up looking different, having different aptitudes or developing different diseases, it tells us that the same genome may be expressed in different ways, and it may tell us what aspects of the environment shape a person via their genome. Twins will always be interesting to geneticists, but traditional twin studies used an indirect method for estimating what is passed down. Writing a book about DNA presents an inherent challenge as scientists...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?